Thank you very much, Scott. I know everybody is tremendously interested in our next group of drivers and personalities, and they're also probably silently celebrating that we're approaching the finish line of the day 4 of the media tour brought to you by Technicom and Charlotte Motor Speedway. Well, let's go ahead and get busy and bring up our participants. And first up, he is the all-time leader with 11 Sprint Cup owner championships. Currently, 231 Sprint Cup victories and counting. That is second on the all-time list. And coming off a 13-win season, Rick Hendrick, owner of Hendrick Motorsports. Come on out, Rick. Okay. He's not right there? He's not there yet, Sean? I'll hold off then. I'm going to wait. Do you tell me and we'll do that all again? That's my rehearsal, okay? Yeah, well, that's good. That's good to know that we're at sound check. You know what? He's Rick Hendrick. He can show up when he wants to. So actually, any of them pretty much show up when they want to. I know Ricky's buying the convention center right now. If you have not seen his dealership that's out near Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's almost as big as the convention center, and its sign is better. So have a chance and you check that out. Sean, I'm going to wait till you give me a thumbs up, okay? All right. Not very well, apparently so. I prefer the awkward silence moment, actually. I think that's my strong suit. You know, I would, while we do have a moment here before we get started, I think it'd be a great time while we've got a big room full of people to acknowledge the Charlotte Motor Speedway staff, Scott Cooper and his great staff of folks for the wonderful job that they have done with this media tour. Scott, you guys deserve a nice round of applause. Also, Tim Schultz for the leadership that he has provided, and I can tell you, having been a participant in all but one of these, they don't just fall out of the sky and happen. It's a tremendously layered logistical approach to making one of these media tour happen, and they just do an exemplary job year in and year out. So nice job, Scott. Real proud of you and your team. And Scott and John's looking at me still saying, not just quite yet. I'm telling you. That's because they're having to sign the deal. The Hendrick Convention Center. I'm liking the name of it. Put a lot of dealerships in here. All my favorite tunes, somebody said hum a few bars, are like 40 years old, so you know. I'm going to do Steely Dan. This is normally the part of the program where we would go from questions from the audience, but seeing as how this, we'll hold off. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There will be a little extra surprise. I'll give you that. Okay, we're good? We're close to being good? No? Oh, that's good. Somebody taking the trash in. All right, we're good now. Okay. No, not yet. That's a good sign, though, because they travel in packs. They really do. That's good. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Not here. Not here yet. We've got... So we essentially have all the field fillers. That's what you're telling me. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you for your patience. And we'll start again now. All-time leader with 11 Sprint Cup owner championships. That is pretty impressive number. Currently, as we said, 231 Sprint Cup victories and counting. 13 wins last season. Welcome Rick Hendrick, the owner of Hendrick Motorsports. How are you, sir? Always a pleasure.
Good to see you.
Up next in our batting order, he owns 17 Sprint Cup wins, at least one victory in 8 of the last 10 seasons. Copped a win last year at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Driver of the number 5 Farmers Insurance Chevrolet, Casey Kane. Hey, Casey. Our next driver, 23 victories in his career. He is now a 2-time and the defending Daytona 500 champion. 4 wins last year, made it into the chase. Welcome the driver of the number 88 Nationwide Chevrolet SS, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And following him out on the stage, 6-time champion in the Sprint Cup Series, career 70. That's a big number. He is the driver of the number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet, Jimmy Johnson. I've already told him this, but in my notes here it says big intro for the next person, and he certainly deserves it. So I'm gonna hit a lot of these numerical highlights. Of course, you already know this guy made a tidal wave of news last Thursday, running his final full-time Sprint Cup season in 2015. 4-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion, 92 career victories, 77 poles. 3 times he's taken the checkered flag in the Daytona, 5 times in the Brickyard 400, and 3-time champion of the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race, and took it right down to the wire last season. Please welcome the driver of the number 24 Drive to End Hunger Chevrolet, Jeff Gordon. Come on out, Jeff. All right. All right, gentlemen, please have a seat. As usual, the generosity and the class of the Hendrick Motorsports organization shows up on many levels. They are doing 2 charitable donations this year on behalf of all of us in the media tour. The first one goes to the American Cancer Society in honor of our friend Steve Burns of Fox Sports and Holly Kane of NASCAR.com. Thank you very much. That is wonderful. And another gift is being made to the Jeff Gordon Children's Foundation in honor of Jeff and his tremendous efforts to support pediatric cancer research. All right, Mr. Hendrick, first of all, thanks for being here again and kind of helping us wrap up the media tour. You have had a full week now of ramifications after Jeff's big announcement this past Thursday. Your thoughts and impressions during that time?
Well, good. I think mine won't work.
There we go.
There it is. Well, it's good to see everybody again. Normally when we come to this event, we don't have much change. We're usually just kind of rolling over the year. This year is quite a bit different, and I'm excited about it. But the first thing I'd like to do is I just want to thank Jeff publicly for all that he's done for me personally, for NASCAR, for Hendrick Motorsports. We all owe him so much. I mean, all of the drivers that have come into the sport that weren't born in the Southeast, that didn't drive late model cars, especially the guys from Open Wheel, have to thank Jeff for what he's done. He has been like a member of my family, and I hated to even think about this day would ever come. And I'm a pretty good car salesman, and I talked him into a couple of extra years anyway. But I ran out of lines, and it had to come to be. But he is what he's meant to me, what he's meant to the sport. I just want to take this opportunity to all of you to say I can't put into words what the guy means to me and has meant to me and to my company and the sport. Along with that, we've got an exciting year ahead. We've had some changes, and I think our organization always seems to rally for when there's rule changes or anything we have to go through, our guys just step it up. So real excited about the crew chief changes, real excited about having Greg Ives back in the 48 and 88 shop and Keith Rodden back. No, these 2 guys are not new to our company. They've been part of our company before. Kenny Francis leading the research and development, and our engineers. I think we're gelled better than I've seen us in a long, long time. Proof's in the pudding. We won 13 races last year, Engine shop had a phenomenal year, chassis shop, but we didn't get the big prize. So that just makes us hungry to go get it again. And so with that, we're just looking forward to it, and I can't wait to get to Daytona.
Jeff, your reaction to what Mr. Hendrick just said, and also what's the past 7 days been like for you?
Yeah, you never know what when that day comes, how you're going to, be affected by it, and it definitely, so I feel like I'm the type of person that I keep a lot of things inside until that moment hits me, and we've probably seen that in the past of me, whether it's giving a speech at the banquet for a championship or a big win, and this one, oh my gosh, I was overwhelmed that day that came. I thought, oh, no problem, I'm going to go and tell the team and, tell the media, and this is going to be a nice, easy day. Well, it was anything but I'm just so thankful to Rick. He gave me a chance, as a young kid, to be a part of this organization and to know that I've only driven for him throughout my whole career, and the success that we've had together and the friendship, partnership, a lot of great moments, and I just couldn't be more thankful. But I'm also, I'm very proud and of what I've accomplished, but I'm also really excited about that next step in life and things that are ahead. So I'm really looking forward to just enjoying the heck out of this year, every moment of it, and hopefully that includes winning races and battling for the championship.
Well, congratulations on a spectacular career, but also congratulations on actually keeping the exact day of the announcement and everything quiet. That's almost impossible in this business.
Yeah, that was tough. It happened, the date that we chose happened fairly quickly. Rick and I have been talking about this for years, and as he mentioned, he was, pressuring me to stay longer. And this past summer, I finally, we sat down and I said, this is it. And he said, you sure? You're sure? And I said, I'm sure. And so then we got, the season ended. I told Alan Gustafson, it was probably one of the first people that I told, and he kind of knew it was coming too, and so we talked a lot about when to announce, and Rick was involved in it every step of the way of those conversations, and I didn't know exactly how to go about it, but we finally made a decision. It was really just after Christmas that we were going to do it then, and it was, well, do we do it before the media tour? Do we do it after the media tour? Before Daytona? After Daytona? It happened in a hurry, so it was kind of easy to keep quiet because it happened so fast. The decision was already made that this is going to be my last year. It just wasn't made of when we would tell the public.
Up swinging down to the other end of the stage here, Dale Earnhardt Jr. A lot of new for you this year, new major sponsor in Nationwide and new crew chief. Can you address both of those?
Yeah, we're real excited about working with Greg next year. He's got a bright future, and I'm glad that I'm going to be a part of that ride. And hopefully we can hit the ground running. I think that he's a details guy, and I've been having a lot of fun talking to him all off season about all the little things he's concerned with, and it's just real refreshing to have some new ideas to come to the table. I think he'll help me and Jimmy both with some fresh ideas, help us remain competitive and try to bump it up a notch. The Nationwide deal is just a continuance of a relationship we've had for many years, not just on the racetrack. I had breakfast with Mr. Cook, my agent, that my father got me my first insurance policy when I was 16. So I had breakfast with him today, and that's a genuine relationship that we've had for a long time as customers of theirs, and also with the PSA over the last several years. And it's great to see them grow their relationship with NASCAR and step up to the plate this year as a primary sponsor for the 88 cars. So I'm looking forward to going to Victory Lane and celebrating with those guys. I love the race car and enjoying the relationship, and hopefully they're enjoying it too.
Casey Kane, Dale Earnhardt Jr., not the only driver up on this stage that is going to be going off into the campaign with a new crew chief.
Yeah, looking forward to the season. It's coming quick, and to have Keith Rodden back, on the 5 team I worked with him for years. I think the first time he was my engineer was 2004, and so we've worked together for a long time. We've had a great relationship. We're friends, and he did a nice job last year. Learned a lot from the crew chief side, and also everything he's learned from Kenny in the past. So it was exciting, to know that getting back together with Keith and working with him full time again. And I think he brings a lot to the 5 team, and it's going to be neat to get started with.
I know your favorite football team's real big about the 12th man, and Seattle Seahawks going back to the Super Bowl. Thoughts about that? And you're also teamed up with Russell Wilson on a project, too.
Yeah, myself and Russell, we did a golf tournament in June in 2014. We're doing it again this year, right after the Sonoma weekend up in Washington. And it's a charity golf tournament called The Drive that raised a good bit of money last year for the Boys and Girls Clubs of King County. And he's a really good guy, super focused guy, and unbelievable quarterback. So I'm looking forward to Sunday's game. I think the Seahawks, man, if they play anywhere close to what they played the last 6-7 minutes of the game 2 weeks ago, they're going to get 2 Super Bowls in a row. So it should be a great game. I'm excited for it.
Okay, he's already called it, so it's Seattle. And finally, over to Jimmy Johnson. Speaking of other sports, I know you're always training, and you're getting ready for a half Ironman. So
I finished
you finished it. All right. How was that?
It was fine. I added a couple miles. I missed the turn.
I was going to say, didn't you get a little? What happened?
You'd think you'd approach an intersection with 8 cops locking it down, that one of them would say, "Hey, you're going the wrong way," and I just rode straight on through. And I got to the next intersection, which should have been locked down by the police, and nobody was there. And I thought, man, I've done something wrong here. So I turned around, and to everyone's surprise, I did miss a left-hand turn. So
Yeah.
I know people find that shocking.
I appreciate you sharing that with everybody. I didn't realize this 14-year partnership with Lowe's for Jimmy Johnson. That's 14 years, almost unheard of in this business.
It is, and it's something I'm so proud of. That not only the relationship with Lowe's and the 14-year relationship there and in the years to come, but being a part of Hendrick Motorsports. Jeff, Rick spoke about this a minute ago, the contributions that Jeff has made to our sport. I echo all of those, and then also want to add to that, a big thank you and a debt of gratitude that I owe to him for paying attention to me when I went by you or tried to pass you out of control in Michigan years ago to try to get the job. So it's been a great relationship to work at Hendrick Motorsports for all of these years. Really means a lot to me to be a part of this family. And then Lowe's is such a crucial part of that. A wonderful company, a very successful company, a company that shares the same views that we all do. So it's been a fun run.
All right, we've got an empty space at the end here, so let's go ahead and pop this other chair up here on the stage and bring the occupant. Please welcome to the stage a guy that we're going to be talking a lot about. He is the defending, now Xfinity Series champion, Chase Elliott. Chase, come on up. All right, Rick, it was made official earlier today, what most people suspected, that Chase will be fielding a Sprint Cup ride for you in the number 24 car. Elaborate on that.
Well, when a few years ago when I saw Chase race and we decided we'd get back into the driver development business, I never dreamed that he would have the success he had, and he's just such a fine young man, and I've been so impressed with what he did last year in the nationwide car, and winning the championship in his rookie year, and we've all talked about it. Jeff, every guy on the stage recognized his talent, and that one day he was going to be ready, and we've got we want to see him win the nationwide championship again. He's going to run 5 races this year in the Cup car, and but just the kind of young man he is, and the way these guys feel about Chase and the respect we have for him in and out of the car, I couldn't be happier to have someone of this kind of quality young man to come into our organization, and he's mature way beyond his years, and can't wait to see him strap in. We got a lot to do. Mr. Gordon here has to win 14 races and the championship. to go out in style. So that's his mission. And but we're really excited about Chase. He's a quick learner, got an unbelievable pedigree, and just really excited about having him in the organization.
Before we go to Chase, no pressure, Jeff. So you got it easy.
Yeah, no, I don't know where he keeps coming up with these numbers. The numbers continue to grow every conversation we have.
You've won 13 races before.
So I have to top everything I've ever done before in my final season.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, down to Chase. Of course, what was mentioned, he'll be in the 25 car this year with Napa sponsorship in 5 different Sprint Cup races, but he'll also be trying to win an Xfinity Series championship once again. Your thoughts on everything that have unfolded over the last couple of weeks, Chase?
Well, it's been a lot. That is for sure. And, I think, you said it. I think the biggest thing is not losing track of this season and realizing 2016 is a long ways off, and knowing that you got to make sure your priorities stay straight. Running for an Xfinity Series championship with these 5 Cup races thrown in the mix throughout this season with Napa on board everything this year. So really looking forward to that, and just trying to make the most of this season and learn, and just kind of realizing that the job that I've done, you got to step that up and know that it's got to be better to compete at that next level.
Well, I know you have an appreciation for the history of this sport. Pretty big shoes to hop into.
Well, I think if you look at it that way, maybe I don't look at it as me trying to fill somebody's shoes or me trying to replace Jeff Gordon, because I don't think you're ever going to replace Jeff Gordon in any way that you can. So I think that's the best way to look at it for me. And the best thing I can do is go and try to be myself and just try to do the best job that I can behind the wheel. And that's really all you can ask for. So like I said, Jeff Gordon's Jeff Gordon, and we'll have all the respect in the world for him, but I have to go and just try to do my job.
All right, thank you very much. We've got about 10 minutes for questions from the floor. Before we go to breakouts, raise your hands, and I'll try to get to you as quickly as possible. I saw Stans go up first, so.
Why do you look so worried, Jeff?
Worried? Well, because he just told me I have to win 14 races in the championship.
Okay.
This whole being my final season just became a breeze other than that part.
Yeah.
Okay. CompetitionPlus.com. Rick, when you looked at Chase Elliott, what did you see in him that reminded you of when you looked at Jeff Gordon?
Well, you never really know how good someone's going to be, but watching him on dirt and watching him in the late model, and then putting him in a truck and immediately going out and running in the top 5 and winning. The thing that impressed me the most about Chase at his age is his focus, and he's not distracted. And Bill and Cindy done a super job of developing a young man that has tremendous respect for the team, the crew. I remember at Bristol, he came with a blue shirt and black pants, and everyone said, "Boy, you really trimmed him up." And I said, "I had nothing to do with it. That's his mom and dad." He gets out of the car, he thanks the crew. He's never satisfied. He's kind of hard on himself, but never complaining about not having the equal equipment or whatever. And it just struck me he was mature way beyond his years. And then Dale having the faith to put him in the Nationwide car, and we had no idea when we were talking to Napa trying to get them to be a sponsor that we'd have the year we had. But I think I have to give Bill and Cindy a lot of credit, because they have raised a fine young man, and he's very appreciative and very respectful, and he's probably got some bad habits. I haven't seen any of them yet, but he's and he listens, and he's amazing how he can feel the car and how he can identify things on and off the track and just doesn't get rattled. And I think if he keeps that kind of composure, he will be a champion.
Well, let's go Wolfgang, and then Tom Jensen will be next.
Wolfgang Monser from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. A question for Rick Hendrick. When Jeff made this big announcement last week, the way I understood it is just affected the Sprint Cup business, NASCAR. Are you maybe planning in short term to set up a team in a different way in racing, for example, endurance racing?
No. I've got all the involvement in racing I need right now.
We tried that a few years ago, and you didn't want any part of it.
What's that?
We tried to get you to go to Grand Am racing a few years ago, you didn't want any part of it.
But I think Jeff, if you want to know what Jeff's planning to drive beyond 16, he'll have to tell you that. But I don't think he likes the R word. But he's also has a tremendous amount of talent in dealing with sponsors, we're partners. I'm getting to be an old guy. He can help motorsports in a tremendous way, and that's always been our plan, that he can, from what he does on TV to what he can do with social media, but working with sponsors and so forth. I'm excited about the next level of Jeff Gordon's career at Hendrick Motorsports.
All right, we'll go to Tom Jensen, and then we'll just hand it on over to Greg when you're done, Tom.
Hi, Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. This is for Jimmy. Jimmy, ordinarily, if a team was on stage and one of the drivers was going for a 7th championship, I would think that would be the dominant story of the day. It's not. The story is Jeff and Chase coming in. How do you feel about that? And will you be a little bit more under the radar? Will that make it easier for you this year or not?
I haven't even thought about it. I mean, the championship seems so far away I had a shot at it last year, and that opportunity came and went. So it hasn't even been on my mind. The way we finished up the 14 season is not one that I'm happy with, or the 48 is happy with, and we've worked hard all season to make some great changes and be where we need to next year. And to be honest, this week today really is about Jeff Gordon and then the introduction of Chase to the 24. So I've got no issues with it. It's kind of wild though to watch a guy that you vitalized since you were young, and a guy that's done so much for drivers in all these different forms of racing find their way here, be retiring.
I didn't take that the way that everybody else took that. Cool with it.
So it's just a weird experience, and to watch a friend and teammate sit up here and start the process of his last year.
All right, let's go right here.
Greg Engel, Examiner.com. Jeff, obviously you said you've been thinking about stepping away for a while, and it's been kind of a gradual thing. I want to know two things. One, was there a certain trigger? Was there a certain, bam, okay, I got to get this done, this is it, back, kids, something? Also, this opens up the door for you to do anything you want. Could we see you, say, in an Xfinity car, a JR Motorsports car, something like that? Is that something that could be on your radar, or you haven't even thought that far ahead yet?
We'll have to talk about that, Junior. We've talked about a lot of things. We haven't talked about that yet.
It's going to be expensive.
I can see maybe Martinsville or something like that. That'd be cool. Oh, they don't? Then I'm not doing it. Maybe a road course. It was a combination of things, really, and you hit on a bunch of them. I mean, my kids are getting older, and I see them, missing out on things that they're involved with. My back definitely at one time was playing a role. I feel like I sort of got that under control, and we had the issue at Charlotte, but and that played a factor. I mean, a couple years ago when I wasn't as competitive as I wanted to be, I wanted to end it right then. I was like, God, this is no fun. I got into racing because I loved it, and I was competitive and enjoying it, because of that, and I just found myself being frustrated a lot. But I'll tell you what, and this is what I think is so interesting. A lot of people think, well, I can't believe he did it because of the year that he had last year. Last year actually solidified it for me because it showed me I still got it. When you're a part of a great team, you've got a great crew chief like Alan Gustafson, and they work hard and you work hard at it. You know what? It means that you can be late in your career and still go out there and get it done and be competitive. So, if anything, it's only motivated me to be that much better this year and really truly go out on top.
Jeff, I heard you earlier today. Didn't you say you just bought a quarter midget car? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, that again, I got started in quarter midgets. Ella, my daughter, drove a quarter midget this last year. It was the most terrifying thing in my life, but at the same time, she was pretty devastated when I was telling her that I was announcing that I was no longer going to be driving. So I think she wants to be like a celebrity of some sort. So she thinks that if she drives a quarter midget, she'll be cooler than she already is, which I try to tell her that's not the case because she's already very cool. But I also can see maybe both of them just dabbling in it and having fun with it and being a family thing, just like it was for me doing something as a family and among other things. And so, yeah, we're definitely going to do some more of those things. We haven't announced yet. There's a really cool opportunity that's coming later this year around Sonoma that I'm super excited about that has to do with quarter midget racing. So, that's going to be a family affair as well. And it's not that I'm planning on getting them into racing. It's just I'm planning on doing family things, more of them, and quarter midgets will definitely be a factor in that.
I like the way you just dangle that out there. Thanks. That's good.
I was starting to say it all, and then I thought of John Edwards, and I was like, well, am I supposed to say this, not supposed to say this? So I'll ask him when I leave here, and maybe I can say something more the rest of the day.
All right. I think we got time for about 2 more questions, if we've got any other questions from the floor. All right. If not, we will let Mr. Hendrick give a wrap up here, and we'll head to a couple of more pictures up here and then the breakout sessions.
Okay, we just appreciate all the media and your covering our sport, and I think this is going to be an unbelievable year. I think it'll be the most competitive year we've ever seen in our sport, and last year was surely a lot of excitement in the chase, and hopefully we have a little better luck and bring it home this year.
All right. Mr. Hendrick, thank you, as always, for being a big part of the media tour. And I know these guys here need to get a few shots, so I'm sure they'll need you to stand up and orchestrate you through that, and then they'll be heading off to the breakout session. Scott?
Thank you very much, Doug. If I can ask all of our media guests to remain seated for just a few minutes, we're going to let this photo opportunity take place and then give these gentlemen a second to get over to their breakout interview stations. We have the room divided equally. We're going to start again with our print online media on the left side of the room and our broadcast media on the right. We will have nearly a full hour of interview opportunities, so please be patient and show some professionalism. We will have some media relations staff members at each primary station to assist with the interviews and keep people rotated properly. And that being said, as we are wrapping up these final photos, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Hendrick and his entire team for anchoring our Chevrolet Thursday and wrapping up our 33rd edition of the Charlotte Motor Speedway Media Tour. Thank you, gentlemen.